Sveiki and welcome for the first time to your Irregular Latvian News! Amazing things happen in Latvia from time to time, but mostly these things fly under the radar of other news organizations because, Latvia is small. But that does not mean that you should not know about them. So here's some Latvian news that caught my eye in January. Latvian team wins 2020 World Ice Art Championships. So great news come to us from Alaska, where a Latvian team of ice sculpture artists from Jelgava, which is a city there, won first place in an international ice sculpture festival. The sculpture that won is this one. It's called The Heart of the Universe. So the idea, according to the artist, is that the universe is expanding always and in all directions. So technically its center could be anywhere, including in all of us. So this is how it looks. I think it looks pretty amazing. And apparently it took them 15 tons of ice to create this. And if you're interested in seeing the process of creating it, on the website icealaska.com, there's a gallery for not only Latvia, but also you can see all the other people who lost. And then you can see how this beautiful sculpture came to be. And also, everybody in Latvia knows that we are amazing at ice sculptures. Every year we have festivals and exhibitions showcasing the skill of our local artists, and I think also sometimes international artists, I'm not sure. But now it is also an internationally recognized fact. So congratulations to the team from Jelgava, and go Latvia! Latvia wins Coin of the Year award for excellence in coinage design. So another great piece of news reaches us from the US. There's this international coin award where basically all the mints from all around the world, from different countries, make custom designs for that year and then they compete against each other. So Latvia won most artistic coin with this coin. This is the coin that won. It's called the Honey coin and it's from 2018, but I guess it doesn't really matter because we won anyway. And this coin actually already won the most impressive coin award in Latvia. So, but look at it, it's magnificent. No wonder that it won. So congratulations to the artist, what's his name? Artūrs Anals. So congratulations to the artist Artūrs Anals. And of course, I also went to check out the competition and yes, our coin definitely deserves to win. It is by far the best one ever, but I also like the Fiji coin, Antonio Vivaldi coin with like this amazing CD reverse side. Then the Cook Islands Casa de Papel inspired one. Cute, right? And also the French starfish. I mean, I wish these were real coins that we used in everyday. However, Canada, what is that? This competition, as Numismatic News put this, is the ultimate international recognition of mints and their artists. So, congratulations Latvia for kicking everybody's ass. And congratulations to Artūrs Anals too. Good job. Erots, 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 erots. This is something that catches my eye every year in February because it is the spiciest event of the year, as we like to call it, which is like basically a sexy time festival, erotic festival also it's called, and it's called Erots. So basically Latvians are introverts, conservative until February comes. And then we like to get our freak on and all the major media are following this event as if it were like the Olympic Games. So, and also pictures from this event are published on like the official news sites. But apparently it's quite popular and it's great fun, They have, what do they say? They have love, art, sexual pleasure enhancers, massage, erotic underwear, literature, posters. Oh, and they have pole dancing. That's pretty cool. And expert advice, seminars, and master classes. So basically, it's like in some ways, it's an exhibition, and I guess like a sexy brand exhibition. I mean, I don't know. I have yet to go to this festival. I almost went once, but then I broke my leg, and I didn't really feel all that fly to go and participate in this event. But it looks like quite fun. And it's not that expensive if you want to buy tickets. I think it's around 30 euros. If you're interested and at least 18 years old, You can Google Erot Riga 2020 and then answer yes to any question that the news website will ask you. And then you can see pictures from what's going on there. If any of you have participated in this event, let me know if it's worth going to. Following the example of other countries, Latvia's POST is Post, launches a new service. This is a great headline. When I first saw it, I thought, oh my god, what is this new service? Actually, it's like parcel tracking. So yeah, it's not like we just now discovered how barcodes work. But before, this service was at an extra cost in a bundle with signed letters, you know, where you send something and the courier only gives it to the person for a signature. Now people get it for free. It's good. I'm a bit surprised that this update comes now because, like, I moved to Scotland 5 years ago, and I'm pretty sure 5 years ago there already this was an established practice. Let me know when this became a thing in your country, just so that we can get the context of how Latvian international service standards are lagging behind. But also, on the same note, there are also things to praise Latvia's POSTs for. So I like to read this one Latvian magazine, and I wanted to get it shipped to me also abroad. And I've been doing it for like 2 years now. And this year, when the time came to renew my subscription, I saw in the magazine itself an ad for half price if you buy it now for a whole year. And it was from Mani Žurnāli, like a magazine distributor company in Latvia. Mani Žurnāli means my magazines. Journals, like in the French language, journal language. And then I did the calculation, and like last year, I remember I had to pay it like 60 something euros to get it, the magazine, and also to get it shipped to where I was. And now it says like 110. So I wrote to Mani Žurnāli and I said, oh guys, like really, it's 70 euros just for the shipping abroad. Isn't that kind of a lot? And they said to me, oh yes, it's Latvia's POSTs who are raising their prices. We cannot do anything. But then I got the genius idea of writing to Latvia's POSTs themselves. And once I was on their website, it seemed familiar, so I remember that actually the year before I had ordered directly from them. But to be sure, I wrote them and said, hey, how much would it cost? And guess what? 57 euros. So, the moral of the story is that for all your magazine needs, go directly to Latvia's POSTs because Mani Žurnāli will charge you twice as much for nothing. Go Latvia's POSTs. Oh, I love news involving Latvian linguists. So, like most countries that are threatened by the invasion of the English language, us Latvians, we like to protect ours. And so anytime there is a new word that the business sector or like the university sector, I don't know, any technological sector adopts, we need to Latvianize it. Actually, I should make a video about this. This is a really, really cool and funny topic. So this time the linguists are trying to translate jet lag. You know, the thing that happens to you when you do a really long flight and then you have to accustom to the new time zones. In English, so simple, 6 letters, jet lag. But unfortunately, after long discussions, the Latvian linguists were not able to decide on a translation that is valid for this word. And some of the rejects, lidojuma laiknobīde. Lidojuma laiknobīde. So apparently this proposition, which directly translates to flight time offset, was not accepted because they were worried people might think that their flight is delayed. Good call! And similarly also, laikjoslu syndromes, the syndrome of the time zones, diennakts ritma nobīde, the offset of the daily rhythm, and pārlidojuma laiknobīdes nogurums, which means the tiredness due to the time offset caused by traveling through air, were not accepted. Well, hopefully soon they will find something catchier or find another problem to deal with. Actually, also, linguists in Latvia get a bad rep because most times their propositions are found to be quite ridiculous, hard to say, and unnecessary. For example, some of the things that people like to joke the most about is the fact that bestseller in Latvian is the beautiful word bišpārdoklis. Or hashtag, you know, something that is quite often used, is the completely impronounceable mirklbirka. I mean, we roll our R's in Latvian, but some people cannot say that. But I am actually a fan of the linguists. And I think that the negative comments are mostly due to the fact that people are not used to the word, because some words that linguists have invented have been assimilated into our language and nobody really is bothered anymore. I think it's nice to have Latvian alternatives for international words. I mean, you don't have to use them if you don't want to, but it's nice that they exist. So I like linguists and I wish them luck in order to find new and exciting ways to translate the world for us. Moneyval Committee of Experts on Evaluation of Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Measures of the Council of Europe. You know, it's the Council of Europe when the name of the department is pages long. Has upgraded its report regarding Latvia completing the 11 recommendations it was previously presented with. Latvia will therefore not be placed in the FATF, the Financial Action Task Force, grey list. So Moneyval is the monitoring body of the Council of Europe, and Council of Europe is the organization that sets standards in democracy for the world from here in Strasbourg. And so Moneyval evaluates the countries to see if their legal apparatus and their financial monitoring systems, organs are equipped to deal with shady business. So often it's like reading the law of the Latvian constitution, for example, to see if it is clearly defined that the money monitoring institution can get access to a bank account of a person of interest or freeze their assets if they're under investigation, basically to make sure that there are no legal loopholes for shady people to slip through and steal money. And corruption in Latvia is a thing that I guess you could make an entire YouTube channel about, because there have been so many scandals and there have been so many stories. But here, basically what happened is that Moneyval gave us recommendations like a year or 2 years ago and gave us 1 year to update our legislation to kind of conform to the standards that they set. Then the time came for another evaluation and suddenly everybody realized that they have not really done anything, and so we're facing being included in this. And also there were scandals of the banks, and it was just a whole mess. And so suddenly we realized that this evaluation is coming up and we haven't really done anything, so we freaked out. And then Latvia became the first country in Moneyval to implement all recommendations. We fixed everything, basically. Not 100%, because we went from partially compliant to mostly compliant in a lot of these recommendations. I read a bit of the report and it's mostly that the financial assets are not really clearly defined. But in general, it's a big step forward for the Latvian anti-corruption system, so congratulations on that. However, I also saw in the news that there's a bit of a tension between the woman who's in charge of the financial monitoring sector in Latvia and an economics minister who is defending the rights of the private sector, because they don't really agree on what is best in order to make Latvia attractive to foreign investors. Of course, being in the grey list for possible corruption, being in the grey list basically means that the country is not able to deal with their corruption issues. I think countries like Zimbabwe are now in that list, and also Iceland. I wonder how they're doing being on that list. But what I heard the Latvian politicians mention is that Iceland has quite a closed market, so it doesn't really affect them that much, whereas we would it would be the end. So people fighting corruption think that it's better to have your legislation super strict in order to, make no way for corrupt people to be corrupt. However, the economics minister is saying well, you don't really want to be too strict. And so interesting how that will play out later. And also interesting to see how the process of the most notorious Latvian rich person will play out, because after long years of being always accused, now apparently he is close to being judged. But no judgment has been made yet. So in summary, you can safely invest in Latvia. It is a very promising market with a lot of opportunities, and you should definitely take advantage of it. Not in a corruption way. So here's where I'm going to end today's installment. Thank you for watching, and keep following the adventures of Latvia on your Irregular Latvian News.